Yeah, looks like I have a stream. Let's go. Get a new opponent. Pansik plays d4. We'll do d4, d5 to start. Yeah, he plays the old traditional. Maybe the London system is finally starting to fade. Here we have the 1 hour gambit. Always fun. So you get the check here and you pick up the pawn. Welcome to the stream, everyone. This is the first game. He interposes with the queen. Well, I'm not taking that. I am taking the pawn. And I'm doing okay. Thank you for joining the stream. So let's see, I can pin the knight. He can defend it. I can attack it. The queen's not doing anything special there, I don't think. It's funny, but the only way to defend that knight is with a pawn. He can't defend it with another piece. Bishop is over here. This is the wrong color bishop. The knight doesn't reach it. He can't move it to attack my queen. So really f3 is forced as far as I know. As far as I can tell. If he could move the queen and attack a piece of mine, that would be something he could do. Anyway, Ilyas, how are you doing? Yeah. So, and then you can keep piling up here. So eventually he loses a pawn. So what started out as a gambit leaves me a pawn up. But that's because this is a bad move. So I could take with the... I guess I should take with the... I could just retreat. Leave the pressure on. He still can't. He can defend the pawn now. He can move the bishop here. The bishop to, yeah, g2 defends the pawn. So I should have just taken it. But anyway, this way I get to keep my bishop. And let's see, his knight can go here. So let's defend my advanced pawn. And then drop back with the knight, the queen, when the knight attacks it. Okay, let's develop this knight. I can bring it up here. His knight is kind of in the way, huh? Well, I'm going to develop my bishop and castle. I'll castle kingside. I'm not worried, I guess. So I could go here with the tempo and blockade this pawn. My queen is defended by the bishop, so even if he pins it with the queen, it's not a problem. Goes over here, okay. We'll defend. So I could avoid I could avoid moving my king by blocking with the knight or the queen. Let's try this. I just think it leaves me in a better position here. He's got these messed up pawns. I can build the bishop out here, castle, and bring the rooks to the center. Now, which way do I want to go with the bishop? You can kick it, and I can go back here. Keep this pressure on that center. So the bishop is still active, even though it's been kind of forced back into the corner. I guess he's looking at the weakness here on this pawn. But yeah, like I say, I'll probably castle and put the rooks to the center. Could have just taken this pawn too. Yeah, I can take it now and castle later. Here we go. Oh, so he wants to give up the bishop. And then he can hop in with his knight here, hitting this pawn and this bishop. Well, if I castle, then I just have to move the bishop somewhere, because the pawn will be defended. So rook to e8 is next. So he's going to double, huh? Let's attack that pawn while keeping my pawn defended. Knight to here is a fork. And of course, taking the pawn with check is a fork as well. So it's going to win something one way or another. Take this pawn and then go here. If he takes, I can take back with the rook. That's kind of nice. Okay, but he protected that pawn, so I will take this one, I guess. So yeah, Mr. Pancic, he got himself in trouble. Okay, there's the knight move I was expecting. Let's drop back here. Okay. He can win a rook here. That is interesting. I mean, for the bishop and knight, he gets a rook. So I have a bishop and knight for a rook. Plus, okay, I have to go over here and stop this pawn. I don't know if I have to, but I want to. Seems desirable. So I've got a check here. He's got a check here. But I'm just step up here. And if he checks me again, I'll take here. So he defends it. But now I can take this pawn. And then, well, I could just defend the pawn. Okay, this actually defends. No, that doesn't defend the pawn. But if he takes, I can attack his rook. Kind of defends the pawn. So I've got 2 extra pawns. And I'll just get them promoted. Okay, let's check to drive the king back. And just walk over to the pawns. Can use that rook as a shield, I guess. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to step over here. What should I do, actually? Gonna waste a move here. Maybe come down and check the king again. Yeah, he loses because checking the king undefends the rook there, and I just win the rook. So that's it. Oh, we got a good supply of viewers now. So I guess I will let you know. I have a surgery coming up next month, so December 15th. And after that, I probably won't be, I'll be recovering for a while, so I probably won't be making any videos for the rest of the year. After that, maybe start making videos again in January or February, and that includes Twitch streams and YouTube videos. So I just wanted to let you know that I'll probably post something on my YouTube channels too. Okay, I did e4, d4. Let's play c4. The reverse Sicilian. He's playing with d5, it looks like. Okay, if he puts the bishop there, I will play e3 to blunt it. Now I could play d4, take. I want to castle first, I guess, before I open things up in the center. And I wanted to keep this knight out of the way of the bishop so he couldn't play e5 so easily. e4, rather. Okay, so that's not a pin. It's not really even threatening anything. I could pin this knight. Seems to be useful. Now, do I take the knight? That's the question. Because when you put it out here, it doesn't have a good retreat. It just has to go back here. Then his knight can hop in here. Yeah, it's okay. Don't want to commit to taking the knight just yet. It doesn't do any damage to take that knight, so. I want to play h3 next, which will take control of the g4 square, and I'll step my king up to h2 if he forms a battery with the queen and the bishop. And now I can move this knight around if I want to. Yeah, I think I want to push this pawn forward. So I want to lift my queen up and maybe get my rooks to the center here. Oh, look at that. He's defending this pawn and unpinning the knight. Yeah, let's go in a battery here. Now I can take this. Oh, he does that. Well, I'm okay with taking this. I don't think he had to give up the pawn. I might be wrong. We could look at that. We could look at that after the game. Okay, so he hits my rook that way. I can go ahead and take this pawn now because it's hitting his queen. Then I can move my knight with the tempo. So I think I just got away with a pawn. So he wants to have some kind of battery here with his queen. I don't like the look of that, so let's oppose that. And he resigned. We can go to the analysis board. I mean, it wasn't going well for him, but I don't think it was resignable, was it? Oh, it was resignable. Okay. Because his queen can't easily defend the bishop. Say the queen goes back here. I take. He takes. And then I oppose queens. Oh, I have an extra piece. Yeah. I was able to move my piece away with tempo. So yeah, he's out of tricks at this point. So if we back up, yeah, this was all bad. So he should have just taken the pawn. When he played here, he's actually losing a piece, and there's no way to prevent it because maybe he didn't notice the bishop was on it. That was interesting. Yeah, the computer gives that as best, and then I'm just a piece up. Okay, that's interesting. Another one. Maybe we can get a game that's filled with blood. Let's play the French. That can lead to some exciting games. Well, thank you. Okay, we got an advanced variation. And we're just putting pressure on the center. I think you go ahead and take at this point. Yeah, so this is defended enough. You have to wait till he develops his bishop before you have any pressure against it. If he develops his bishop to d3, then you can take the pawn, and it's an interesting gambit, as long as you have the bishop up here. If you have the knight up there, you can't do that. You don't want the knight hopping in here and going here, so going there is okay, I think. The knight goes here. I will just take it. And rook here to defend the knight. Yeah, I'll take it even if it means giving up. Giving him an advanced pawn here. Yeah, no, I'm always open to suggestions. I am because of things going on. I'm not doing much with the channel these days. So, but maybe next year I'll be able to put more energy into it. Now, how do I want to undermine this? So a pawn here, he will take it. I could take back with the rook. If he doesn't take it, I will take here. Keep taking until his pawns are broken apart. Any social. No, my only social is YouTube. You can post comments on the videos, and I will read them. And there's a place on YouTube where you can post general comments if you don't want to comment on a specific video. But if you just want to make a general comment and you can't find it, you just post a comment on my latest video, even if it's not about that video. I'll still read the comment and reply if it seems warranted. So I've got an open F file now. I can push the e-pawn at some point to open things up a bit. He's got a bishop pair. Ah, so he decides to give me the he decides to give me that broken up pair of pawns there. So that's cool. So he defends it. Okay, let's block it again. So he can't push and hit my queen. So I could go knight here. He'll probably take it, huh? The way he's playing. That seems to be his strategy. Ah, he's hitting this pawn, huh? That's not so easy to defend, is it? I could play knight f4, and if he takes it, I take back with the rook. And knight f5. Yeah, he did that. He did that. So let's unpin the knight. Yeah, I'm hovering right around 1750. Not moving much in either direction. Knight f5 looks pretty good, so maybe, you know, he could put his queen on the h-file here, threaten mate, and, well, not quite mate, threaten to come in. But maybe that would provoke knight f5, so he wants to avoid it. But if the queen was out of the way, he could play g4, kick my knight. Yeah, this is where I play knight f5 because the queen defends here. So this is all good. And now I'm attacking this pawn. He's got this one defended. And the other thing is now I can push this pawn and open up a diagonal for my bishop. So my bishop will spring to life if all goes well. Henry. What's he got? He's got this pawn defended. Ah, he's defended this one too now. So I want to get over here and force that bishop to move. Oh. So now when I push this pawn, his rook has to move. But unfortunately, it's a, he could move here. Okay, I'm going to move my rook around this way on the light squares taking advantage of the light squares. He could have chased my rook away at any time by playing g4 there anyway, so it was a problem. And so now if I play here and he brings his rook over, yeah, I wanted to do this first. I've got a passed pawn. Of course, if I move my bishop, his pawn will be dangerous too. So I can go here. But then he will take it, huh? If I push, he will take it. Okay, I can go here, attack this one. And I push, he takes, I trade, and then take this pawn. So he defends it. And then now if I go here, he can't take right away, and I can push, but he can push right away. Yeah, it's just not quite working for me. So I'm just going to push these. Like so. He's got to run back to stop me from getting a queen here. Didn't do it in time. I needed to run back with the rook. And yeah, I'm winning here. Let's see, if we go to the analysis board, this is -3. So good for black. He should take it. It's recommending he take it right away. Anyway, thank you for the follow, Dens Enver. Also, I2M, thank you for the follow if I never did. Somebody new.